Okay, in the last class, what we have discussed? In the last class, what we have discussed? Comparator. Very good. Comparator interface and priority queue and one more interface. Comparable. Very good. Comparator and comparable interface. And what int? Interface. Okay, right. And priority queue also we have discussed. And if you want to really see the priority, what method you need to use? What method you have to use? If you want to see the priority of your queue, then which method you have to use? Poll method. Very good. Very good. And comparable interface in which package? Comparable interface is belongs to which package? Lang package. Yes. And what method it contains? What method it contains? Compare to method. The one and only method compare to, which takes how many parameters? Which takes how many parameters? Two. Jagadish? Only one, no? Only one. And do we require any separate class for the comparable interface? Do we require separate class for the comparable? No, not required. For that class itself, it implements comparable interface. That is enough, right? Now, what about comparator? And one more thing. Hold on. Comparable interface provides how many sorting sequences? Only one. One single sorting sequence can only be provided with comparable interface. And regarding comparator, internal sorting. And regarding comparator interface, it belongs to which package? Comparator, util package. And what are all the methods we have in comparator? Compare and equals. Very good, 60. Very good. Exactly. Compare and equals. And compare method will take how many parameters? Two parameters. Yes or no? What are the objects we want to compare? Those two objects we need to pass them as a parameters. As a parameter. Okay. And do we require a separate class for your comparators? Comparator for your compare logic comparator, separate class is required. And is it a single sequence, a single sorting sequence, or multiple sorting sequence? Multiple. That is, we can provide n number of, that is based on name, based on roll number, based on whatever, based on your requirement, based on your application. Yeah, we can customize the sorting. Very good, Arun. That's what. And we have discussed still priority queue. Priority queue implements which interface? Priority queue implements which interface? Did you get my question, guys? Priority queue, priority queue implements which interface? ఏ ఇంటర్ఫేస్ ని ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేస్తుంది ప్రయారిటీకి? Queue interface, no? Priority queue implements queue, and RADQ implements, RADQ class implements DQ interface, which is the sub interface of queue. Okay, I hope you remember the hierarchy of collections framework. Yes or no? And for the sort method, if I want to sort the user defined objects, how would be the syntax? Did you get my question? For the sort method, if I want to sort user defined objects, how would be my syntax of sort method? This is for you. This is for strings and integer and that is wrapper classes. No, collections dot sort of list. I'm asking user defined. Of course, for the strings and wrapper classes, it will sort automatically, so that if you pass one single list, directly list also, it is fine. It will sort. It will sort automatically. Okay. Why it is sort automatically? How? Why string objects and wrapper class objects are sorted automatically? What is the reason? What is the reason? ఎందుకు స్ట్రింగ్స్ wrapper క్లాస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఆటోమేటిక్గా సార్ట్ అయిపోతాయి సార్ట్ ఆఫ్ లిస్ట్ అనగానే? No reply. I just already told you, no. I in the command prompt itself, I have said Java P, Java dot, Java slang dot string. It implements comparable interface automatically by default. By default, string objects and wrapper class objects are implementing comparable interface. So by default, if I pass the single list parameter, they'll sort automatically. But what about user-defined objects? What about user-defined objects? Very good. Very good. Collections dot sort of list, comma, user-defined comparator unit. We should mention the comparator. Whatever the comparator you want, that you need to pass to your sorting, pass to your sort method. Yes or no? That's what. Very good. Very good, Anil and Jahnavi. And anything did I left? Sort method is what type of method it is? As I am calling that sort method by its class name, what type of method it is? Sort method is what type of method? ఎలాంటి మెథడ్? నేను ఆ సార్ట్ మెథడ్ని ఎలా కాల్ చేశాను? ఆబ్జెక్ట్తో కాల్ చేశానా, క్లాస్తోనా? క్లాస్తో. క్లాస్ నేమ్ కలెక్షన్స్ ఈజ్ అ క్లాస్ నేమ్. సో ఇట్స్ ఎ స్టాటిక్ మెథడ్. As I'm calling that method with the class name, it's a static method. Yes or no? Static method. Very good. And what else? Suppose priority queue prioritize string objects and also wrapper class objects. But if I want to prioritize user defined objects, how would be my syntax? Syntax should be written in what manner? Can you write? I'm waiting for your replies, guys. I'm looking at your chat box. If you don't know, I'll tell you. Of course, you can skip the generic. You can skip the generic. You can write plain instantiation of priority queue. That is creation of object. Guys, are you replying or don't know? Yesterday, 6D also, Rohit also raised one doubt regarding that, no? Priority queue, PQ equal to new priority queue of new comparator logic we are supposed to pass, no? Along with the object creation itself, along with the priority queue object creation itself, We need to pass the comparator logic. Yes or no? Object of the comparator. Are you able to listen my voice or not? Can you hear me? Can you hear my voice, guys? Why no reply? Then did you understand what question I asked and what answer I just given? Yes? Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Exactly. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Exactly. So that's how we have to create the priority queue for the user defined objects. We need to pass. We need to tell the priority queue. Hello, Mr. Priority Queue. You have to prioritize my user defined objects, that is student objects, based on this comparator, based on CGPA or based on marks, based on age, or based on roll number, whatever the comparator you want, you have to pass as a parameter to your object creation itself. That's it. Hope you understand, guys, everyone. And what else we have? So today we have to discuss mm, DQ. Yesterday we just stopped DQ, no? Mm. Where did I discuss yesterday? Just a second. Yeah. Mm. Jahnavi, can you please remind once in your class group that ask them to join, because only 28, not 28, 27 students joined so far, because they'll miss many concepts today. What do you say, guys? What you Okay, okay, Jahnavi. Yeah. See, guys, have a look at this. DQ already we discussed. What is DQ? What is DQ? DQ is a DQ, double-ended queue. Very good. That is, we can insert in both ends, at both ends, and also remove can be done on both sides, both ends, both sides. That is what double-ended queue. Okay. So as it is behaving like that, we have discussed some of the methods of DQ yesterday. What are they? Add first, add last, poll first, poll last, get first, get last. So we can do both the operations. We can do the operations on both sides. So the methods we have discussed based on that. Yes or no? So listen carefully. DQ equal to new array DQ of. Actually, here this side it is what? What is this? On my left side it is DQ is interface. On my right side array DQ is class. That is, the class array DQ is implementing DQ. That is, I am creating an object for the derived class with the interface reference. Okay, with the interface reference. Okay, the interface reference can be used to point out to your class object. Okay, okay, fine. So I am adding how many objects over here? 5 objects. 5 objects I am adding, that is 10 to 50. Okay. If I print the array, I used to get the elements. Okay. And uh, if I add first, what element will, what is your order? Concrete class. Exactly. If I add 564 at add first by using add first method, what is the order of the elements? That's it. Very good. Very good. Exactly. 564 and the remaining elements. If I add last of 14, that means it adds at the last of your list. Okay. And if I poll first means poll first. Poll will do remove. Yes or no? Poll first means which element will be removed? Removing the head element. Which element would be removed? Can you please tell me the element? Just head element 564. Very good. Exactly. Exactly. And poll last means I'm sorry. Poll last means 14. Very good. Excellent. Next. Uh, get first. Get first method will get the first element of your list. Okay. Then which would be the exactly, that is 10. And get last is, what is your last element by this time? 50. Yes. Yes, exactly. And next, I am reversing the order. I am reversing the order of DQ. Here, one thing you need to remember regarding DQ is apart from these methods, add first, poll first, poll last, get first, get last, one thing you need to remember is descending iterator. Descending iterator is available for your DQ. Of course, it is available for some of the classes like reset and all. But here DQ, you can able to access the descending iterator. Previously, we have seen iterator and also list iterator. Now this is the third flavor of iterators, that is descending iterator. What is descending iterator? If I create an object for the descending iterator, what happens is it will print the DQ in a reverse order. It will print the DQ in reverse order. Okay, understood now? That is what descending iterator. The descending iterator also having next int has next method, next method. We already discussed how it both are working. Both the methods will work how we have seen already at the time of iterator itself. Yes or no? So, shall I execute the program? Did you understand what are all the methods? Yes or no? Exactly. Very good. That's it. Let me execute this. Hmm. Every Friday afternoon class, the strength is very weak. I'm sorry. What would my program DQ? Capital D Q no. Capital Q U E. Dot Java. Now, now you can relate your output with your methods. Yes or no? The basic array. After add first. Okay. Uh, After add first and after add last, this is the output. And if I poll first and poll last, this would be the this would be the updated output. And get first is 10 and get last is 50. If the elements, if I iterate through what do you say, iterate through descending iterator, the elements will be displayed in the descending iterator. I mean in descending order. Okay, understood now? Yes or no? Right? Guys, did you understand everyone? Yes. Okay. So now today we want to discuss. I want to discuss what I want to is map. Actually, what are all the set of interfaces we have seen so far? Can you please tell me so far what are all the interfaces we have discussed? Hmm? Se- List set queue. Exactly. Priority queue is a class. Anil. Priority queue is a class. Just queue. Queue is an interface. And now we are discussing the separate interface, which is not extended from the collection interface. Okay, which is not which is not extended from the collection. So it is a separate interface, that is map data structure. Map is a data structure. And do you know anything about map? Do you know anything? Anything about map? Guys, can you able to key value pairs? Exactly. Map maintains key value pairs. Okay. Now listen carefully that map contains, generally map is also a data structure that maintains key value pairs. Okay, just remember that. Map contains values on the basis of key. Okay, that is key value pair. Each key and value pair is known as an entry. The combined key value pair is an entry, is a single entry. Okay, the map contains unique keys. Always remember that map always contains unique keys. The keys should be unique. Okay, there should not be any duplicate keys. Okay, what is going to happen when we are going to insert any duplicate key also I'll tell you. Okay na? Yes. Next, map is useful if you have to search, if you want to search, if you want to update, if you want to delete based on any key, then it is a very suitable data structure. Okay, based on the key, if you want to search, based on the key, if you want to update, then which data structure you need to prefer? Map interface you need to prefer. Not interface, map you need to, map data structure you need to prefer. Okay, and the map doesn't allow duplicate keys, but you can have duplicate values. You can have duplicate values. That is, a different key can have the same value. Already, the value which already may be there also. So no, you can have duplicate values. And map, one important point is map cannot be traversed. Map cannot be traversed by, suppose a set can be traversed. Yes or no? A list can be traversed. Traverse through iterator. Through what you will traverse? List or set? Iterator only, no? Iterator, very good. For each, and list iterator, descending iterator, you can traverse. But map cannot be traversed just like that. But what you have to do is, you have to convert that map into set. You have to convert your map into set, then you can use that set to iterate. Understood now, everybody? A map cannot be traversed. We cannot traverse a map directly, but a map can be converted to a set using entry set method. The methods using key set and entry set methods, we can convert that. We can convert that map to set. Then we can traverse that. Okay, no? Then entry. One more important point is there is an interface, sub interface of map is entry. Entry. You can, if you have a look at that, map dot entry. Map dot entry. Entry is a sub interface. Entry is a sub interface of map. The entry will do what this entry will do. It will gives you the entry to the map. It will gives you the entry to the map. Okay, understood now? The entry interface in Java provides certain methods to access the entry in the map. Okay, certain methods it is providing. Okay, I'll tell you what methods I'll tell you. By gaining the access of the entry of the map, we can easily manipulate them. By gaining its access, we can manipulate the data. We can manipulate the key value pairs. Okay, Entry is generic and defined in the Java. Okay. And map.entry interface can contains what are all the methods? Get key method, get value method. Because of these methods, I can able to manipulate. I can able to manipulate the key and also the value. Okay. Get key and get value are the methods of map entry interface. Map.entry interface. Okay. And we should call the entry set method of map interface to get the instance of map entry. How to get the map entry instance? Yes or no? I already told you map entry అనేది ఒక ఇంటర్ఫేస్ అయితే దానికి ఒక ఇన్స్టెన్స్ కావాలి కదా. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? I need to get the object of a map entry interface. No, how I will get? Because of the entry set. Because if I use the entry set method, I'll get the instance of map entry interface. Okay, I'll show you the programs. Don't worry, I'll show you the programs so that you will understand very clearly. Okay, this is the hierarchy of the guys, can you able to see this clearly? This is the hierarchy of the map hierarchy. Okay, map interface implements two interface. Map implementing by two interfaces. What are they? Map is implementing by two interfaces. One is map interface and one more is sorted map. One is map, one more is sorted map. Two interfaces we have. And it is implemented by three classes. The map already implemented by, the map data structure is implemented by three classes. What are they? Hash map, linked hash map, and also tree map. See, map interface is implemented by hash map, linked hash map, and sorted map is implemented by tree map. Because whose map, tree map already it is having sorting capability. No, we have already seen tree set. Yes or no? Tree set will automatically sort. It will sort. No, it will sort string objects and also wrapper objects. Yes or no? And even it can sort the user defined objects if you pass the comparable logic. Same thing. The same thing you can do. Okay. So here tree map is the direct subclass of sorted map. Okay. Hope you remember this. Just keep this structure in your mind. Okay. Understood now everyone? Yes or no? Fine. Right. Okay. So what is hash map? Already we have seen hash map is the implemented class of map interface. Yes or no? What Java hash map class implements the map interface, which allows us to store key value pairs. It allows us to store key value pairs where keys should be unique. We already discussed that. Hash map in Java like legacy hash table. Actually, we have a legacy class. I'll tell you what is legacy class and all. There is another class, hash table class. Along with the hash map, we have even hash table also. Both are same. Both are similar. Not same, similar. How, in what way they are differ? Actually, hash map is not synchronized. Not synchronized. That is, it is not thread safe. It is not thread safe. Hash map is not thread safe. The methods in the hash map are not synchronized, but hash table is synchronized. Hash table is synchronized. Okay, that is the only difference. Exactly, Anil. Yes, yes. Before 1.0, the version, they are called legacy classes. Legacy classes. I'll tell you. Later. We will discuss some of the couple of the classes of legacy classes. Exactly. Very good. It allows us to store null elements as well, but there should be only one null key. Okay. Of course, we can store null values, multiple null values, but only one null key we have to keep. More than one null key we cannot add. Okay. Next, since Java 5, it is denoted as hash map. That is, hash map can be denoted with the generic from Java version 5. Okay. Here K stands for key and V stands for value. Okay. And it inherits abstract map and implements map interface. Of course, there is one more layer between map and map and hash map. What is that? There is an abstract map in between map and hash map. Hash map extends abstract map class and implements map interface. Understood? No? This statement, complete statement. Hash map extends abstract map and which implements map interface. Hope you understand, right? Yes or no? Have a read. Just have a read to these points. You have to remember these points whenever we talk about map. These points should be there in your mind. If they ask you to write something about map, hash map, you have to write this only. You can write. Hash map contains values based on the key. Hash map contains only unique keys. It has to have only unique keys. Can have only one null key but multiple null values. Okay. It is non-synchronized. It maintains no order. There is no order. And the default capacity of hash map is 16 with a load factor of 0.75. Actually, the default capacity, what is the default capacity of hash map? By default, if I create any hash map, the capacity is 16. Then what is the load factor? Of course, these are dynamic data structures. No, that is we can increase the size of the hash map whenever it is required. In that case, what is load factor? 0.75 means what is the fraction? What is the fraction of 0.75? 3 by 4. That is 16 into 3 by 4. What will you get? 16 into 3 by 4, 12. That means whenever your hash map among 16 capacity, if it fills 12 bytes, then the hash map will be double its size. Once it reaches 3 by 4th capacity, once it filled 3 by 4th capacity, the hash map size will be doubled. Okay, understood? No? That is what load factor. Internally, this hash map implements hashing. It follows the hashing. Hope you understand what is hashing. Even hash set also. Hash set, hash map. This everyone internally, they are following hashing technique. Okay? Hashing indexing. Okay? That is what. Guys, did you understand what is load factor and all? Yes or no? Yes, no? Right. Constructors of Java. These are the 4 constructors we have. Shall I increase the size for your convenience? Have a look at this. What is the first constructor? There are 4 constructors you have. If I say that this first constructor, this first constructor, if I create a new object for this constructor, what is going to happen? It constructed the default hash map with the default capacity. What is the default capacity? Just now we have discussed. 16. If I use this constructor, the capacity of the default the hash map is 16. Next one. If I use the second hash map, which accepting one more map as a parameter, hash map key, if I pass one more map as a parameter, one more map as a parameter, what does it mean? It has to initialize the hash map by using the elements of this given map object. Okay, understood? I'll show you how it is going to be work. I'll show you. Okay, and hash map int capacity. The third constructor, that is, suppose I don't want 16 capacity. I want only 12. The capacity is only 12. The capacity may be more than 16, 20s, etc. So if I want to if I want to create the hash map based on my intention, based on my choice, then I should go for hash map of int capacity. And also the final and the last hash map is, it is taking two parameters. One is the capacity and one more is the load factor. That is, it's the customized choice. That is, you can define your own capacity, you can give your own load factor. Then with like this also you can create the hash map. Understood now, guys? All of you, did you understand all the four constructors of hash map class? Yes, right. Very good. Now, these are the methods. Actually, these are the methods we have in the hash map. These are the methods we have. Okay, guys, are you able to clearly? Is it visible clearly, or is it difficult to look at this? Is that okay? What do you say? Visible, no? Right. Okay. Uh, Clear method, is empty method, clone method, entry set. Okay. There is an entry set. If you clearly observe, guys, what is the return type of the entry set? Set. That is. If I use this entry set method on my map, suppose there is a hash map HM. There is a hash map. The name of the hash map is HM. If I say HM dot entry set, what it returns? It returns one of the set. It returns what type it is going to return? Set type of elements. Okay, that is what. And key set method we have, put method, which we can use for inserting elements to the hash map. Put all, put if absent, remove with key and value. Yes or no? We have these many methods we have, and we will see most possibly all the uh, some of the almost important methods we will see right now. Okay, get and replace all method, etc. We want to explore right now. Okay, guys, hope you understand what is hash map, what is map, what is hash map, what is the relation between them. Okay, understood now? Huh. Have a look at this. Have a look at this. Uh, this is a basic program which adds some of the elements to hash map. Okay, how we are declaring and all, please look at that. In the main method, we are creating a hash map like this. We are creating a hash map like this. Hash map hm equal to new hash map. And what are the string and integer? What are they? What are they? What is return type v? Where is v? Where is v in methods? V is of type values type. Okay, V is of type values. Okay, here see, it returns the collection view of values. View type. It returns the view type of values. Okay, right, I understand. Okay, okay, contained in the map. It returns a collection view. Did you observe? Collection view of the values. Collection view of the values. Huh. Uh, okay, guys. Hope you understand what is this string and integer. What is this? It's a what is it? Generic. It's a generic. Yes or no? That is why I am mentioning. Why we are mentioning generic here? Because we are telling the type safety. We are telling the what type of elements what type of entries I want. Key is a string and value is a integer. Exactly, Rohit. That is what type of key I am going to insert. What type of value I am going to insert into the hash map. I am telling even before at the time of at the time of creation of the object itself, creation of the hash map object itself. Yes or no? That is what string and integer. So if you clearly observe, HM is our hash map right now. HM is the object of hash map. Yes or no? And on HM, I'm calling which method? I'm calling which method? Put method. Very good. Put method. By using put method, I am inserting the elements in terms of key value pairs into the hash map. So how many objects, how many entries I have done so far? How many entries I have done? 4 entries. We have done 4 entries. Now the point is you need to look at that very carefully. Can I use any iterator on this? Can I? Can I use directly? Can I use directly iterate hash map? No. What I have to say, what I have to do, we already discussed that we need to convert that map into a set. Yes or no? Into set. Clearly look at the right hand side part. Just look at the right hand side part first. That is hm dot entry set. I'm calling a method entry set method. I already shown here. No, where is that? Entry set method. Yes or no? It returns a collection view of the mappings contained in the map. Yes or no? So that is it returns a set. Entry set returns a set. If I call hm dot entry set, what it returns? It returns the set view, collection view in terms of set. Yes or no? Very good, very good. And S1 is a set reference of that set, whichever the map I just converted to set now, to that set S1 is pointing to. That is the reference. Okay, that is S1 is the reference. And I'm even adding the generic to this, as I'm even telling the type of the set. How the type of the set actually, how it is the map dot entry. The type of the set is, it is map dot entry. That means it gives the entry to your map. It gives what type of view we got right now. What elanti view వచ్చింది అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనకి we got a view of collection view in terms of we can have an entry on your map. Yes or no? So that is the reason whichever the set I returned from here, I need to mention the type as map dot entry. It is the type of entry type. Entry is already told you what is entry. What is entry? No, sub interface. Map is an interface, no? A map is still extended to entry. Entry will give you the entry to your map. Entry will give you an access to your map. Okay, so entry is what? Entry is an interface, sub interface of map. And obviously that entry is in terms of string and integer only. Yes or no? Did everyone understand this? Of course, this is a very quite different syntax, I know. Actually, here I am returning a set, no doubt. And that set is in terms of map dot entry, because the view is in terms of entry. Okay, and the elements are of type, the entries are of type string and integer. Understood now, everyone? Yes or no? Clear, no? Right, very good, exactly. Now have a look at this. Now I have to iterate, and now I can iterate S1. Yes or no? Do you agree with me? Now I can iterate the S1. I can use for each directly. No, there is no doubt. So how I am using, look at that. Here S1 I am having on my right side. I am telling from which I have to iterate. And E is the entry. E is the first entry for each loop. At each time it goes to, it iterates one entry, yes or no? One entry of your set. ఎస్ ఆర్ నో? ఒక్కొక్క ఎంట్రీని యాక్సెస్ చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది మీ సెట్లోంచి. అయితే ఇన్ నార్మల్ ఫర్ లూప్, ఇన్ నార్మల్ నాట్ నార్మల్, ఇన్ ఫర్ ఈచ్ లూప్ ఐ నీడ్ టు మెన్షన్ ద డేటా, ఐ నీడ్ టు మెన్షన్ ద టైప్ ఆఫ్ ది ఎలిమెంట్. నో, వాట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ది ఎలిమెంట్? దిస్ ఈస్ ద టైప్ ఆఫ్ ది ఎంట్రీ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ది ఎలిమెంట్. దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్ ఐఎమ్ గెటింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ S1. ఎలాంటి టైప్ వస్తుందంట? ఎంట్రీ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఐఎమ్ గెటింగ్. అండర్స్టూడ్ నో ఎవ్రీ వన్? యాక్చువల్గా అయితే ఎలా రాస్తాను నేను? మామూలుగా అయితే ఫర్ ఈచ్ లూప్ వాడినప్పుడు ఫర్ ఆఫ్ ఇంట్ ఐ కోలన్, సపోజ్ ఐ కెన్ రైట్ సపోజ్ ఎనీ సెట్ ఆర్ సపోజ్ ఎనీ హ్యాష్ సెట్ ఆర్ ఎనీ లిస్ట్, linked hash set, yes or no, any array list, like that we can write. I need to mention the type of the elements. No, I need to mention the type of the elements here. No, suppose maybe it is maybe the string. So no, did you understand? At each time, sorry, at each iteration, what is the type of the element I am getting, that you need to mention here. No, in the same way, what type of element I am getting at each iteration, map dot entry of type. Understood everyone? Understood everyone? Yes or no? Yes, right. Very good. Now, and these entry has the methods get key and get value. So on this entry, I can call the get key method, and I can even call the get value method. Get key method will give you the key of your element, and get value will return the value of your element. Okay, understood now? Right? Yes or no? Demo 12. Now have a look at this. Now I can able to iterate. I can look at this. How can I show you? Yes, guys. Hope you understand. And can you able to look at the once have a look at this? Once have a look at this one. Right. Now can you able to see the order? Are they in any order? Insertion order or any order? Did you observe any order in the output? No, it's unordered because hash map is an ordered thing. We don't have any order on that. Okay, right. How many of you understand this program? How many of you understood how to create a hash map, how to iterate the hash map, how to create that, convert that hash map into set? What method we are using to convert that into set? What elements exactly it returns? What type of elements? Entry type of elements? Yes or no? And get key and get value are of type are of methods are of available in which interface? Entry interface. Yes or no? Right? Very good. Next one. Have a look at this. See here, what we are doing is, have a just read the comment line. Create a hash map, add elements to the map, and also display the elements and update the elements using get. Here I am updating the one of the element. Here I want to update one of the entry of your hash map. Okay, ela update cheyali, how to update. Look at this once. Okay, here actually you are creating a hash map, of course, and you can even know this. You already know this, how to add elements, what method you can use, that is put method. And you already know how to convert your map into set by using entry set method. And you already know how to iterate them using get key and get value method. You already know. And look at this part you have to understand right now. Okay. What I am getting is, actually I want to update the salary of Anil. There is Anil, there is one of my student is Anil, and I want to update his salary from 36,000 to by adding 5,000 more. Okay, that is I want to make him make the salary as 41,000. So what I am doing is, there is a method called get. There is a method called get. Get method will give you the value associated with the key. Actually, what is Anil here? It is a key, no? It is the key. I am passing a key to the get method. The associated value is to be returned. I am storing that value in this salary. I am storing that salary value in the salary. Again, what I am doing is, I am inserting Anil with salary plus 5,000. Guys, did you understand? I am using again one more same key. Is it not the duplicate key? Is it not the duplicate key? We already discussed that duplicate key, we cannot use duplicate key. Yes or no? But what happens is, if I use the duplicate key, the value is replaced. The value will be replaced. The new value is replaced with the old value. The old value is replaced with the new value. Okay, understood? No, if actually I couldn't use the duplicate key, if I use by mistake, what happens? The old value is replaced with the new value. Okay, after salary got updated, how to show your updations? Get of Anil. Understood? No? Yes or no? Only one thing I have done. I just updated the salary, and again I just inserted back. Understood, everyone? Yes or no? What happened? What happened? The salary of Anil is updated with 5,000 more, that is 41,000. Understood, everyone? So what method you have used along with the put method right now? Along with the put, what method you have used in this program? Get. Exactly. Very good. Very good. Now have a look at this. Now I am using the linked hash map. We are using the linked hash map. Did you clearly observe the hierarchy? Hash map is the hash map implements map, and linked hash map extends hash map, which extends hash map. Okay, that is, it is the subclass of hash map. Linked hash map is the subclass of hash map. Okay, right. So if I use linked hash map, if I use same, the creation of the linked hash map is same, and the addition is same. Addition of the entries also same, and the conversion map into set also same, and the iterations also same. But if I execute this program, how will you expect the output? How will you expect the output? Order. Very good. Very good. It's the elements should be in a insertion order as it is the linked hash map. Even we have seen that linked array list and linked list. Yes or no? In the same way, hash set and linked hash set. In the same way, we got, sorry, previously I said wrong. Actually, hash set and linked hash set, in the same way, we have insertion order. We will be getting insertion order. Now have a look at this. Where is that? Hmm. Now, can you see the order? The way you insert, in the same way you will be getting the output. That is the why. What, for what reason you got this? Because you have used, instead of hash map, you just used linked hash map. Okay, understood? No, everyone. Yes or no? Next one. Next one is tree map. Next one is what map we are using? Create a tree map, add elements to it and display them. Okay, how I have to create tree map? In this way I have to create the tree map. Okay, tree map is extended from implements what type of map? Tree map implements, if you remember the hierarchy, sorted map. Okay, yes or no? Very good. So I just added the 4 entries right now. Of course, I just added the 4 entries. I just convert that entry, map to set, and I have used the for each loop to traverse the tree map. Then, can you expect the output right now? Can you expect the output right now? In how will you expect? How you can expect the output? Ordered only. What order? It's a natural order. A natural order. You can say that it's a natural ordering. What is the natural ordering? The order in which the string has to follow. Yes or no? Look at that. I'm going to execute this once. Yeah. Fine. Very good. Exactly. As Anil said, as expected, you might have also expected that this is the order. The order is based on the keys. The order is based on their keys. Okay, understood now? Understood, everybody? This is what natural ordering. Okay, and next one is hmm. Already we have discussed this. You just expect the output. Have a look at the program and just expect the output. You just tell me for key 1, what is the value? Key 2, what is the value? Key 3, what is the value? Grapes, apple and banana. Because I just given the duplicate value. So if I enter any duplicate value, already what we have discussed, it should be overridden. The grapes would be overridden with mango. Yes or no? That's it. Very good. Exactly. Exactly, Shavya and Anil. Thank you. Right. I don't want to execute this because you'll be getting the same thing. And now look at this program. What is the what is the comment line? Guys, don't worry, don't leave in the middle. Of course, because I'll leave you early only. Don't worry. I know. Um, it's the odd time, I know, but still, only two more programs we have discussed. Okay. All right. This is different ways to insert elements. Previously, what is the method we have discussed so far to insert the elements? A method to some just put is a method we just discussed. But along with the put method, we have even put if absent. Put if absent. That is, if you don't have this key, then only you just add this element. You just add this entry to your hash map. Yes or no? It's hash map only, right? So if you don't have this entry only, you just insert this entry to your hash map. And one more thing, along with put if absent, and one more thing is put all. How put all is used? This is one set, guys. This is one set. Till here, one set. Next one, look at this once. I just created one more hash map in this program itself, that is map. And previous hash map is, its name is HM. Okay, right? And the second hash map is map. Okay, if I use map.put 104 Ravi, and if I use put all of, and I'm passing what? What is HM? What is HM? Previous hash map, the first hash map, which we have created in the first. Yes or no? If I add this, if I pass like this, what is going to happen? What your expectation? What your expectation? It adds all the elements of HM, that is the first hash map, to this hash map, to this second map. Yes or no? Understood? All elements of HM in map will be added to the map. Okay? Yes, exactly. So you just have a look. And after invoking put all, I am just displaying its key and its their value pairs. Okay? Key and value pair. I'll show you. I'll show you the example. I'll show you the execution. Right? Initially, I'll show you along with this. Initially, the output is after invoking put method, we have just three entries. After invoking put if absent method, along with these three entries, we have even one more entry, that is 103 Gaurav. And after invoking put all method for the hash map, initially I just added 104 Ravi. After that, I just used put all method. So that put all method just inserted all these entries. Yes or no? Guys, understood or not? Right? Okay. If you understand this, I'll just change a little bit. If I use this, I'll change a little bit. If I do so, what is going to happen? If I do so, no change. Very good. There is no change. Only when it is absent only when there is no key, when there is no 1 or 2, then only it is going to be added. Okay. Then I'll ask you one more question, guys. If I say 1 or 2, 1 or 2. Is it going to be overridden? Rahul with Ravi? Yes, obviously. Obviously, no? Yes, because I'm just using put method. Put method obviously overridden if the key already it is happening. Yes or no? Right. So I let me just execute this so that you will confirm what you have, what you are guessing. What happened? So put if absent, this is not changed. 1 or 2 is not changed. Yes or no? 1 or 2 is Rahul only. And then put all method. In put all method, 1 or 2 is replaced. Is it not replaced? Ho, 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 ho. What happened, guys? Ravi is replaced, no? Ravi is replaced with Rahul, no? Exactly. Listen, actually, initially it is Ravi. After I am using put all of HM, the Ravi is replaced with Rahul. Yes or no? That's it. Very good. Exactly. Exactly. So that's what. Hope you understand the changes. What if I'm having again the same key in a put if absent? What if I'm having again put? You and I hope you understand all these things, right? Yes or no? Right. Okay. One more thing. Hmm. Here also there are some flavors of remove. Okay. Here I just created a map. Inserted 4 entries right now here, and I am just printing the map. I'm just printing the map. I'm not iterating. I'm just printing the map. What are all the entries in the map? It is going to show. Okay. And uh, okay. After this, I am using remove method. Remove method based on key. That is, I am passing the key value. So which entry is going to be removed? Which entry is going to be removed? The entry which belongs to 100. Yes or no? And one more method, remove method is also there. Of course, this is no use, of course, because I am mentioning along with the key its value also in this remove. Of course, if I mention 100 also, the total entry will be disappeared. And even if I say like this also, the entry will be removed. So, but only we have two types of methods. That is the reason I'm showing two types of methods. That's it. Okay, understood? Initial list is this. After removing 100, the list is this. After removing 1 or 2, the list is this. Okay. If I print the map, just system.out.println of map, like this, it is going to be printed. Like this is going to be printed with the curly braces. Okay. And the final one today is uh, 19. That is different ways to replace elements. So far we have seen different ways to insert elements, different ways to remove elements. Now we want to see different ways to replace the elements. How you have to see the replace elements? Actually, I just created a hash map and inserted 3 entries over there, and this is for iteration. Okay. and what I am doing, look at this. Now you please observe this set, this part of the thing. What I'm doing is I'm just replacing 102, that key 102 with the value Gaurav. Even this can be done with put. Yes or no? Put కూడా ఇలాగే చేస్తుంది. Put కూడా if I give the duplicate key, then it will also overridden. In the same way, the replace method based on this key, the value will be updated. Okay, and that is one thing, one type of replace. One more thing is, one more replace. The syntax is you need to mention the key, you need to mention its value. Actually 101 value is Vijay. 101 value is Vijay. Okay, and you need to mention Vijay should be replaced with what element, what. Okay, that also you have to mention. This is one more type of replace. Okay, and you are iterating here. And the last one is replace all. The last one is replace all method, which takes key value paste, and that should be replaced with Ajay. Can you expect the output of this? All the values will be changed, updated to Ajay. Okay, but you just remember the syntax. Replace all of K comma V. That is the key and values should be changed to Ajay. Understood now? And here if you observe, this for each loops is somewhat different. Actually, in the previous programs, we have done this hm.entry set in the separate statement. But here I am just, instead of doing that, I am just passing like this. I am just taking this statement here itself in the for each loop. Okay, maybe this is maybe somewhat easier than that. This may be somewhat easier than that. Yes or no? hm.entry set, map.entry, m. So m is your set right now. M is your set. Yes or no? Do you agree with me? Yes. Okay. So on m, I am going to call get key and get value methods. Okay. Understood now? Right? Only Shravya, Anil. Where are the other guys? Everyone is sleeping after your lunch? Huh? Okay. Then what happened, Jahnavi? Yeah. Have a look at this. Initially 3 elements. After updation, 102 is updated with Gaurav, and 101 is updated with Vijay, is updated with Ravi. And after that, replace all method, replace the values of all the keys with Ajay. That is, the duplicate values we can have, but the duplicate keys we cannot have in the map. Hope you understand, right? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, right? Very good. So shall we go with the task right now? Shall we go with the task? Shall I give one task or two? One or two? Exhausted. Okay. I'll give one only. Let me take 2 minutes, because I couldn't able to start that. I couldn't able to get that from the telescope. So just give me 2 minutes. I'm going to start the task. Okay. Is that okay for you? Okay, no. I'll tell you. I'll explain the task and I'll give you. Okay? Don't worry. Just hold on. Don't go anywhere, please. Don't sleep in meanwhile. I'll be back very soon. Meanwhile, I'll just explain the task so that whenever I start the task, you can do that. Okay? Are you here? Yes or no? Guys, are you here? Can you please respond once? Okay. Have a look at the task right now. Actually, you have to do. Uh, please look. Just read the comment line. Write a Java program to extract the name of the employee with the minimum salary using priority queue. Okay. With the minimum salary, you have to extract who is having the minimum salary. Okay. And what you need to do is actually there is an employee class, and the input is you have to take 3 employees. Each each employee has to the age, the salary, and the name of the employee. Okay, that's what you have to give. And finally, among all these entries, whichever the employee is having the lowest salary, that is this Bhavita is having lowest salary 2000, so Bhavita is your answer. Bhavita is your output. Okay, should be your output. Now you have to create a class employee by having a constructor, initializing age, salary, and name. And you need to set the comparator. You need to set the comparator. That is, suppose here you can say age comparator also, salary comparator also. You can say salary comparator, of course. The name may be anything. My comparator or salary comparator you can give. And the compare method is E1 dot salary. Actually, I am passing 2 employees. No, E1 dot salary is less than E2 dot salary. Then you have to give -1. Otherwise, that is, suppose if it is equal 0, otherwise it is 1. Okay. Now, in the test, in the main method, what we are doing is I'm creating an object for the my comparator like this, and I'm passing the my comparator MC here. I'm passing the my comparator object, that is the salary comparator object, along with the object creation of priority queue, because the priority queue has to give the priority of your objects based on the salary. Based on the salary, it has to arrange. Okay, understood now? In a ascending order. This is what ascending order, no? Actually, this is ascending order. I'm sorry. Ascending order. Ascending order. Okay. Now, you need to take the input, and you need to employees, 3 employees data you have to read from the user. That is the reason you have to take an array, and in each iteration, one array, you have to ask all these things. You have to enter the details of employee, and you have to read the age, salary, and also name of the employee. Okay, and you need to add the employee here itself in the for loop, because once you read the data members, you just pass to the constructor. Okay, just add this new employee to your priority queue. Okay, and after doing all these things, once it is in ascending order, the lowest salary is placed in first place or last place. Once you prioritize your employee elements based on your salary, based on your comparator, it prioritized your objects. Then the first element is lowest salary or last one? First, no, because it is ascending order, no. Then what method you have to use? What method you need to use? Poll method. So poll method removes the first element, and that first element name you have to print. Okay, that is the first element would be retrieved, and that name you have to print. Okay, that is the lowest salary employee name. Okay, understood? Yes, poll and print. That's it. Is that okay? Okay, no? So once I finish this upload, once I get the access to that, I'll start the task. Then I'll intimate you. Then you can take the task. Is that okay, guys? Okay, no? Yeah. Okay, fine. So I'll intimate in the WhatsApp, or else even if it is done very soon, then I'll intimate here itself in the chat box.